Good morning. Welcome to morning meeting. So here's what's on my mind this morning: energy and how it's contagious, but within the realm of being an introvert versus an extrovert. So if you're an introvert, you charge your battery by basically being alone, right? And just doing your thing. And you can pick up on the energy of other people, obviously. Well, extroverts can do the same thing, and they can pick up on the energy of other people, mainly other extroverts, right? And they just sort of feed off that energy. But introverts, if you're like me, that's exhausting. That level of energy can be exhausting. And I'm not talking positive or negative energy, just that level of extroverted energy can be exhausting. So here's what happened. My daughter and I went to a writing conference recently. I think I've mentioned it in other videos. And we were seated at a table, the two of us, big round table, waiting for the speaker. And then four people joined our table, and their level of energy was way up here. Ours was just kind of normal. I would say normal for us as introverts. We're talking to each other and we're enjoying our time. And then that energy came to the table and it overwhelmed the table. It overwhelmed us at the table. Now, we had already met one of the people who had come to the table, so we acknowledged her and chatted just a little bit. And then we kind of went to ourselves again and talking. But the level of energy at the table was so much higher than what we were accustomed to in that moment that both of us were uncomfortable and both of us wanted to leave. Both of us were like, wow, this is too much. This is too much. Because energy can be contagious, right? Not can be. It is. Energy levels are contagious. We know when someone's happy, sad, all of that. We know when they're really up and going. And that extrovert energy was way too much for us at that moment. So the question is, what do you do? If you're an introvert and you're suddenly finding yourself in a situation where there's lots of extroverted energy, how do you handle that situation? What do you do? And if you're an extrovert and you come into a situation where you're surrounded by a bunch of introverts, what do you do? How do you handle that energy? Because it's different. It's going to be lower key probably. And you might be thinking, well, introverts, they don't talk a lot. That's not true. Some introverts maybe don't talk much, but generally introverts really want to have conversations that mean something. They're not great at small talk. They don't want to engage in small talk, generally because it's a waste of time. So from my perspective, I want to get to know you. I want to know more about you. I find people fascinating and I want to have a conversation. I don't want to just shoot the shit, basically. That's a waste of my time. I don't really want to do that. That's an introvert. That's pretty classic, right? Extroverts are pretty good at small talk. So when you get these two people together, one who's not really big on small talk and the other one who's perfectly fine with that, it can be a little bit challenging. I want to dig deeper, the other one wants to stay up here perhaps, and that can be challenging. So what kind of things do you do when you interact with the opposite? If you're an introvert, what do you do with extrovert? If you're an extrovert, what do you do when you encounter introverts? Leave a comment. See ya.